Bright lights, bright lights.
Hi and welcome to Bright Lights of Roslyn Hill Unitarian Chapel, Hampstead. If you have a candle, now is a great time to light it with your family. We are the chapel of the open minds, loving hearts, and of course the helping hands. How are you this week? How is your month of stillness? What is it saying to you? And have you managed to slow down a little bit? I am so ready to slow down, and as you can tell, my hair's gone really crazy. I haven't had it cut for ages, so tomorrow I may go and get my hair cut and have a bit of time just to regroup a little bit before the Christmas weeks ahead. So we talked a little bit about listening earlier this year, in fact last month I think, and all about the idea that you listen with both your ears and your heart. And how do we listen? Shall we be quiet? Shh, so we can listen? What do you hear? Shh. I can hear the water tank. I can hear my porridge that I've put on very slowly to simmer. How does it feel when we're really quiet? Shh. Why don't you now, with your family, press the pause to reflect button and spend at least 10 or 20 seconds just being really quiet, like a little mouse. My friend Helen likes to walk on Hampstead Heath, which I'm sure you might know the Heath because you come to chapel, and it's very near Hampstead Heath. And she goes to see a bird there, and the bird she goes to look at is called a heron. And a heron is a very tall bird that has a long beak, and it's kind of grey and white and black and maybe some blues, and it just likes to stand very, very still. In fact, if you see one, you might even think that it's a model of a bird because it's so still. And if you sit and watch it like Helen, you'll see what she described as it trying to catch a fish. It will put its beak into the water, a really long beak, and it will gobble up the fish, and then afterwards it will sit very still again. It makes Helen feel so quiet that sometimes she feels that what she's listening to isn't just no sounds, it's the sound of stillness and peace, the peace that comes from being still. When I spoke to my friend Helen, she said to me, maybe that's where the angels speak to her. Maybe in that moment of stillness when she watches the heron on Hampstead Heath, she feels like something is near to her. It's not just no sound, it's a different kind of peace and a kind of warmth. Now, if at school or nursery you've been doing the nativity, you might have heard of someone called Angel Gabriel. Who out there knows who Angel Gabriel is? You might want to pause the button and have a talk about it. Well, he was an archangel. He is an archangel, I should say, and he came to Mary and told her that she was going to have a baby. And that birthday we're going to celebrate soon, aren't we? Christmas Day. So, what does an angel look like to you? Do they shine light? Do they protect us? Do they bring messages from God, just like Gabriel? Do they comfort us? Are they not quite a person and not quite God? Somewhere in between? Do they carry the sense of God with them more than something else? What do angels mean to you and as a family? Maybe you have one hanging on your tree or at the top of the tree. Would you like to draw one? And I'll try and include a picture or a painting of Angel Gabriel. And now I have a really special poem that was made into a carol as well by a pastor, a reverend of a Unitarian church in 1849, which is just a little bit under 200 years ago. And he lived in a place called Wayland in Massachusetts in America. And he had been feeling really, really unwell in his mind, really mentally unwell. And he wanted to create a message of hope and peace in a world that he felt was very dark. And his name was Sears. And this is the poem that he wrote. And it's quite grown up, but I think if we sit still with our families, hopefully you'll sit all the way through it. See if you can. And it's called It Came Upon the Midnight Clear, which is the sky at night, just like the shepherds watching the sheep. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. Still through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats over the weary world. We need that this week. Above its sad and lowly plains, they bend on hovering wing, and ever over its Babel sounds the blessed angels sing. Yet with the woes of sin and strife the world has suffered long. Beneath the angels' strain have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. And ye beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, who toil along the climbing way with painful steps so slow. Look now, for glad and golden hours come swiftly on the wing. Oh, rest beside the weary road and hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophets, bards foretold, when with the ever-circling years come round the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth in its ancient splendours fling, and the whole world give back the song which now the angels sing. Were there any words that really stood out to you in that poem? Did it feel hopeful? Did you get the sense that he's trying to say that people are weary and that if they're fighting with each other at war, that they just can't hear each other over all the noise and confusion and pain? And if they were just still, they would hear the angels, and the angels would bring comfort and joy and music and celebration. I hadn't really looked at that poem carol properly. I'd heard the title before, and I think it's really, really special. So I'm very grateful to him for writing it. And I hope you get to listen to it and share it and celebrate it too. Now, if you don't have an angel on your tree, I thought perhaps we could make one just now. So get a bit of A4 paper and a pen, and we'll make a little angel to put on your tree. So what I've got here is an A4 piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it up into a concertina shape, like a fan. Have you ever made a fan at school or in the summertime? So you have to fold it, I don't know if you can see there, like that. Can you see that? You get an adult to help you if you need to. So you take about 1 centimetre and you crease it, and then you turn it over and you crease it in the opposite direction, and you keep doing that until you've done all the paint. And after you've done that, you should end up with a sort of concertina shape like that. So fold it all back together. And now I don't know if you think of angels with their wings, but you fold down about 3/4 of the way down until it looks like you've got half an angel with a dress. Can you guess what we're going to do next? Yes, get another sheet of paper, do exactly the same thing. So now I've got 2 sheets of paper concertinas with a lovely dress of the angel, and there's the little wings, and you just need to find a bit of string to wrap them together. There you are. He's got a little dress and some wings, and now we're going to make a little head for him just here. I think I'm going to try and cut out a little circle and stick it there. I'll see how I get on. And there we are. I've cut out a little circle of a mini mince pie base, the shape, just of another piece of scrap paper, and some little eyes like that look like they're closed or really resting or happy, and a big smiley face. And that's my angel. What do you think of him or her? Can you imagine her just coming down? Whee! And maybe she's saying something and I'm listening, or she's playing some beautiful music from her harp. I'm going to put her on my tree. I think you could just take some ribbon and just hang her up like that, or find a way to balance her on the branches, or make her some friends, a whole host of angels. What do you think? I feel very, very festive now. I like this. I think the more of that, the better. A bit of silly as well, a bit of being silly. Maybe you make a paper chain for the tree too. I used to love doing that, and I still do. So I'll say the closing words with you. And in that moment of stillness, when you blow out the candle, perhaps you will feel close to the angels. As we leave this friendly place, love give light to every face. May the kindness that we learn light our hearts until we return. Lots and lots of love to you. See you next week. Bye.
Bright lights, bright lights.